Hey yo, this is Thax from Thax Attacks coming at you today. I figured I would cover some Town Hall 8 war attacks and some war strategy. So, in our alliance, our clan here, let's just look at this last war real quick. Uh, we lost by one, and I think what we really need to focus on as a clan is being able to 3-star everything from Town Hall 9 on down, and being able to 2-star everything from Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11. Of course, I showed Death Ripple's 2 amazing attacks last time, but we left a lot of stars on the board, and I am as guilty as anybody. I only got 1 star on each of my 2 Town Hall 10 attacks, so I'm as much at fault as anybody else at losing this last war. But I just wanted to give a little content to some of our newer members on some good Town Hall 8, Town Hall 7, maybe even some war hit strategies. So to start off, in our clan, we kind of have a standing order of when war is declared. Our first hit is almost always 2 spots below you. So, for example, if we look here, this is for everybody from number 3 on down. So, for the first hit, number 12, Owen, he would have hit number 14, some Asian, Japanese lettering there. Number 15, Rogue. She wasn't able to attack. Let's see. Princess Leia, she was number 18, and she went down to hit number 20 for the first attack. So that's our standing order. And if it's going to be different, then one of the leaders or the co-leaders will send out a clan mail before the war actually starts, just to let everybody know. All right, so let's get into a couple of attacks that I picked out that I wanted to highlight from this last war. The first one was Rhine, and this attack is a mass dragon attack. He has gotten really good at this. He's actually my son, and I taught him the first time how I did dragon attacks, and he took it, and he's gotten really good at it. So we will watch how Ryan attacks this. Town Hall 8, so there we go. He drops all of his dragons right there on that camp, and then his clan castle has a max dragon and max balloon in there. He brings rage spells, drops the first one as soon as the clan castle dragon engages, and those dragons just blow right through that clan castle dragon. He drops a second one on top of that first air defense, and he's able to pull his dragons most of the way through there with that second rage spell and the third rage spell there. And you see how he had all those split off at the top there, and that's really going to be what saves him on this attack. And you see it's going through there. He's also got his king that he hasn't used yet. He's got a poison spell that he could have used on the clan castle dragon, but he didn't need it. He dropped it here on the king to slow him down, and the dragons are going to keep going through there. And I was watching this live, I thought right here he might be in trouble with that air defense, but then I realized that his first dragon had gotten a couple hits on it, so it was only 1 shot and it was gone. And the rest of the dragons are just going to work their way through there once you're down to 1 archer tower, 1 wizard tower, and a hidden Tesla. That's pretty easy right there with all those dragons that he's got left. That's what, 3, 4, 5 dragons he's got left. He kind of swags a haste spell at the end and never even does drop his king. Oh, never mind. He did drop his king right there at the end to swag it. But that was a great hit and a good example of a mass dragon attack. Good attack for Town Hall 8. The next one that I wanted to cover was on number 22, and that was Daniels. He does a giant and wizard attack. This is a really good example of, this was a second attack that he did. So if you watch, he set that barb out right away. He knew where that giant bomb was. So he sent that barb out right there. He triggered the giant bomb, and he pulled out that clan castle. So you see, we'll go back here. Don't need to slow it down that far. But you see how the clan castle's coming out. He drops a barb from the corner, drops another one to get that dragon all the way out there as far as he can away. And Daniels doesn't have dark spells yet. So what he does is he sets up a ring of wizards around it. And boom, it doesn't take hardly any time. Now, as soon as that clan castle is down, now he sends in all those giants. Look at all those giants he drops. He puts them in between the wizards and the base there, that cannon to start with, and the mortars. And he does that so that the cannons will lock onto the giants and try to shoot them, because they've got a lot more hit points. So he uses them as a meat shield. So we'll kind of go on. I don't want to go that fast. There we go. So he sends his giants in, sends in some wall breakers. He tries to send in a wall breaker to get to the inner wall, but it gets taken out by a mortar. But it turns out it didn't matter. He's got all those wizards. In his clan castle, he brought max wizards with him. And he drops a heal spell there in the corner with all those giants. They're just going to keep walking through there, creating a meat shield, absorbing damage from the archer towers, the wizard towers, the mortars, which leaves his wizards behind them to just be able to sit there and crush everything. The giants are going to keep going from defensive building to defensive building. The wizards are going to hit whatever's closest to them. He drops a rage spell there, which got those giants out in front of the wizards further. And then a heal spell to keep those giants alive. And he just absolutely walks right through this base with these giants and those wizards. Keeps on going. Gets his king in there. And you can see, just keeps walking right through that skelly trap. But no match for those wizards. Gets through there with the giants. And he's got just a couple defensive buildings left to take down. And they got to walk over to this mortar. They get it, and bam, 3 stars. Awesome attack. Okay, the next one I wanted to go to is a Go Wipe. Okay, so Go Wipe stands for Golems, Wizards, and P.E.K.K.A.s. And it was number 19. And that was Jack. So, here we go with this. Now, in this attack, Jack doesn't lure the clan castle out, which is fine on this type of attack. The Go Wipe is one of the most popular attacks, especially when you get to Town Hall 9, sometimes in Town Hall 10. In 9 and 10, generally, you're not going to use it for a 3-star attack. It's going to be more of a 2-star attack. But at Town Hall 9, or Town Hall 8, it is a very viable way to get a 3-star attack. So this is how he does it. Oops. So he sent his giants in there with his golem and his wall breakers right behind there, which created an opening there to get his giants in there. He drops his rage spell, and he's got all of those wizards going to take out this dragon that pops out of the clan castle. And we can play it through here. So those wizards take out that dragon. When they're under rage, it doesn't take much to get those through there. He's got his P.E.K.K.A.s end up going around on the outside, which sometimes can be trouble, but in this case it worked out just fine. So he's got his king, his P.E.K.K.A.s, and a bunch of wizards going around on the outside. He ended up with some giants on the inside. Then he's got a bunch of wizards on the outside at the bottom there. And he's still got his golem in the middle there. That golem's going to take out those hidden Teslas, which is a great help, especially for the P.E.K.K.A.s that are coming, because those hidden Teslas will eat up P.E.K.K.A.s pretty quick due to the damage boost on them. So he's got, as his troops are walking around there, you see how the archer tower, the cannons, they lock onto the giants, they lock onto the P.E.K.K.A., they lock onto the king, and his wizards are free to tear down everything. And then he's got Valks in there too. I guess I missed those. But they go through there and just wreck this, and boom, nice 3-star. A good solid hit by Jack, and that is one heck of an attack. And oh, he still has an air sweeper there, so we'll get that. And then the final Town Hall 8 attack that I'm going to highlight, that you may consider doing, is my personal favorite, and it is Hog Attacks. Making bacon, baby. So this was the one that Thax did. It was, there it is, number 17. Now, I will do a whole video coming up soon on just Hog Attacks, and what I'm looking for when I do Hog Attacks, because I do a lot of Hog Attacks with Princess Leia. The first thing you got to remember is when you're using hogs, you've got to have them leveled up to at least 3, and 4 is better. And you also have to make sure that you get the clan castle taken care of, and you have to be very aware of where the giant bombs are. So hogs are a little more intricate. You got to think it out a little bit more, plan it out. Whereas sometimes a go wipe, you can just go in with overwhelming force and take out a base. Hogs have a tendency to be a little more strategic. So on a mass hog attack like this, what I did was I first sent in a hog, because I knew where one of the giant bombs was. So I sent one hog there, and I knew it would also draw at the clan castle. So right about there is where that hog comes out and that giant bomb, and I was also able to spring that skeleton trap. Once I get the clan castle out, it also popped those 2 hidden Teslas. So then I drop Archer way down at the bottom and just wait. This is the worst part of a hog attack, is the waiting. You're waiting for that dragon to get there, waiting for the balloon, waiting. So I'm able to take 2 poison spells with me. So I dropped the first one, and I realized, oh crap, that the balloon's not in there. So I dropped another Archer to make sure I got that balloon in there. Tightened them up a little bit. Wait till the first poison spell is almost done, then drop the second poison spell, and boom, down goes the balloon, and down goes the dragon. And that is the way that I lure out the clan castle troops every single time for a hog attack. And you can do that for any type of attack. Some of them you don't need to, like we saw earlier on the go wipe. He's able to use just wizards and pound them away at the base. But if you're using hogs, and if you're using like just a giants and wizards, you want to pull that clan castle out, lure it out, and then take it down just like this. Now when I do a hog attack, I also use 2 fingers, and you can see I've got it started here. I've got one on each side of this camp. I start off with 2 lines, and this was honestly not one of my best hog attacks at all, but it's the only one that we had in this war that I wanted to show. So because my first attack was not the best, I misplaced a heal spell. So you can see this is the army composition that I use when I'm doing my hog attacks. Almost all hogs, and then some wizards, and my king, let them go around the outside as soon as my hogs are inside there. So I drop my first heal spell, let the hogs pattern around, and like I said, I will do an in-depth hogging attack video coming up very shortly. After we've had maybe another war or 2, I can cover it a lot better. So yeah, this is the good thing about these hog attacks, they are fast. So you can spend extra time killing off that clan castle. This whole attack takes like 2 minutes, and you've got 4 minutes for an attack. So it doesn't even take half the time, and half the time that it does take is killing off the clan castle. So my hogs go kill all the defense, then they take out the king, and now there's no defenses left. All I got left to do is clean up and collect my stars and call it a day. So this is why I love Hog Attacks. I've gotten more 3 stars with Hog Attacks than any other attack since I've started playing this game. But it took a long time to learn how to do Hog Attacks. Actually, when I first started, I hated hogs because I never had them leveled up, and I didn't have my heal spells, and I didn't understand how it all worked. But once I learned it, man, there's nothing I love more than making bacon now. So there are 4 attacks that I would recommend for Town Hall 8s to do, and hopefully you can find one. If you're a Town Hall 8, you can find one that you like and you can get good at. And if you do find one, I highly recommend that those are the troops that you upgrade first. You get those troops super strong and make that your go-to attack. And once you get those troops strong, then you start building up your other troops so you can start practicing different types of attacks, because you'll learn that different bases, different attacks work better on different bases. So you don't always want to have only go wipe as your only attack. It's good to be able to do different attacks, but it's always great to have one that you can go to and guarantee yourself a 3-star attack, or at least have a good shot at a 3-star attack. So I hope that helps somebody. I hope you can take a little bit of knowledge and glean that out of there. And until next time, this is Thax saying, hey, yo, let's get better, baby.